So it's quite difficult situation. So under these circumstances, and in the field of the profession, there is a change, lot of changes that are happening. The syllabus of the previous the academic year up to by taking the online classes up to the end of the April, and also for few the years up to the 15th of the May. But I don't think this the online classes are the replacement of the classroom teaching, because the classroom teaching, which is a complete interactive, but whereas online teaching, that is the missing. Yes. So obviously, but under this pandemic situation, there is no other alternative other than the online, because the students cannot be permitted to attend physically, because that was the situation. Right. So, but anyway, so because our the main motto is to award the degrees, and also to early as possible they should get their the degrees, and also they should continue their the career path. So that is our the motto, because to fulfill that, and all the authorities are working for that purpose, and definitely the most of the students have got the placements, and they are waiting. The organizations are waiting for the degrees to be awarded to the students, and already the few of them have already joined, and they are continuing with the internships which they were offered during this pandemic situation. Now, of course, don't think that this is only the final the kind of thing, but once the institutions are reopened, and you can always welcome to clarify your doubts and to do the experiments once again physically. Faculty also is the feeling the stress as far as this the classes is concerned, because as far as the staff is concerned, the faculty is concerned, I appreciate their efforts, because they have to during this pandemic situation, they have to do it in the three different directions. They have to act, because one way they have to protect themselves individually, and one way they have to look after the family needs, and the second way they have to justify their profession, the teaching profession, by taking these the online classes.
When this pandemic situation came, we were facing a lot of challenges. At the same time, we put lot of efforts to compensate this classroom teaching with respect to online teaching. We prepared various video lectures, and we used different online platforms to interact with the students. At the same time, for programming subjects also, we made our own videos and e-content and shared among the various student groups, so that students will feel comfortable to get the subject, and also the programming cycles, whatever they have in their routine classroom teaching. And at the same time, the challenges are also faced to keep the student motivated until and unless the class is completed. So we made the students engage during this pandemic situation until and unless the classwork is completed, and we also gave some unit tests for them. So by doing several options, we feel we are successful in making them engaged, and they could make it like a big change. Not only this, the faculty also use some board teaching, like whiteboard. They purchase some like devices so that they can go ahead with the online teaching, so for equations and some figures type of things. They could do it, and we are also successful in implementing all these platforms.
I wish all my fellow colleagues a happy Teachers' Day. So regarding online teaching, so it all has happened suddenly. The pandemic has arrived, and suddenly the students stopped coming to colleges, and even the staff also. So after that, so we all came to know that it is going to continue for longer duration of time, and we don't have any other option except to use online tools for imparting knowledge to the students. So really, to tell you, this is the first time in our lives we started using online tools for educating our students. So we never thought that a day would arrive where we have to teach students without seeing them. So still, so I congratulate all my colleagues so for ensuring that so they could successfully adapt to this platform. I took feedback from them, and then so what are the expectations of the students, where we are meeting them and where we are not meeting them. In that regard, again, we have conducted some internal meetings with our faculty, and then we tried to overcome the limitations of the online teachings. So thanks to our students also, so they have helped us a lot in this regard. So they are always with the teachers, and they always respected some shortfalls in this regard. So this is how we have overcome the shortfalls of online education. So on a positive side, so I'm hoping that this pandemic is going to end very in a short period of time, and again we can meet physically and we can start the teaching learning process in the classrooms.
Happy Teachers Day to all. So observe that online teaching is the better compared to the offline teaching. Here it has got many advantages. Mainly the present digital technology can be effectively used in teaching learning process. At the same time, few lecturers earlier found the difficulty. The process, evaluation process can be made easily by using the online teaching method. At the same time, it has got its own disadvantages, and mainly the technical problem with respect to internet and lack of bandwidth at the end users are causing the few problems. And apart from these technical problems, the students are not physically present in the classroom, they are missing interpersonal skills, and at the same time they are missing learning technical skills, as well as they are missing the project work, doing it combinedly with the peer group.
Yeah, hi everybody, and hearty congratulations to Samskruti for taking this initiative to really get connected to the teachers during this pandemic situation. So I wouldn't say it as a setback, but I would definitely say it was very challenging. Okay, the challenges were taking my own experience and taking my own instance. Even login was a big challenge for me. But I would say that it was a joyful experience of learning from moving from a classroom scenario to a platform scenario. Okay, and some of the things that I have observed is there are situations wherein learning online was really more creative, innovative rather than the classroom learning. The task became very easy for me to really use various diverse tools within a classroom scenario. Like though the challenge was in terms of planning and preparing. Okay, planning and preparation was really challenging because even for a 40 minutes class or a 1 hour class, there was lot of background work that had to be done to make this class as interesting and as dynamic as possible. Like one way that I could overcome all my challenges is thanks to my students. Okay, I would definitely express my profound thanks to all my students who were little empathetic and little sympathetic to my vulnerabilities and difficulties. And alongside the students, they were my colleagues who have given me the extended support in helping each other to see that how they can really take this challenge with ease, with not much difficulty. And in fact, I would say that at the end of this, now we have become better teachers, wherein we have learned what is called as blended teaching.
The setbacks are lack of electronic media, mainly, particularly in rural area students. So for them it is very difficult to produce such a systems, such a media connectivity also. So this is one of the major setback for the students. So in this regard, students has to come out from this setback to see their possibilities to overcome the such a electronic device. This is the first setback. And second one is the future also. E-learning process are more effective. So all of you try to follow the e-electronic process now onwards. This is the answer.
The main problem I am facing is lack of personal interaction with the students, like direct traditional teaching approach as well as online teaching approach is entirely different. But still, we have to face the challenges. While facing these challenges, we learned a lot, like learning animation in PowerPoint, and how to give animation for diagrams, how to draw angles, how to draw free body diagrams in mechanics subject, and how to present information to the students in a better way by using the new technology. But we are learning a lot. We started this giving information to the students from scratch to the higher level, but we got support from all corners. But still, little bit unhappiness is only thing is lack of direct personal interaction with the students. If you have direct personal interaction with the students, even we will motivate the students a little bit more better way than in online teaching. But still, we are motivating the students. Even if the students are motivated, then we will get better results. And even fortunately, I have the better section. From that section, I am getting more outputs. Whatever the work I am giving, almost 90% of the students they are submitting within the due date. Only 10% they are not submitting. Even I'll try to my level best to motivate them to submit in a better way, like giving little bit less assignments to those students, so that they'll be in a right path, and they'll submit, and they'll motivate towards the subject. Even I feel more happy about students as well as technology which I am using.
Hello everyone. Today on this occasion of Teachers Day, I would like to give a small message to all my beloved students. The virtual learning provided a great opportunity for all the teachers and students to come together to continue the teaching learning process. But this virtual learning is leading to more hours of sitting, diminished physical activity, and more screen time. That may have an effect on our health and fitness, right? Okay, and regarding this pandemic situation, I can say from the past 6 or 7 months, we've been staying at home. There is no gym activity, or there are no playgrounds. So we'll have very limited space in our houses to do any exercise. But remember, sound mind in sound body. We have to take care of our body, and we have to be fit and healthy to overcome these pandemic situations. Right? So for that, as you know, if you don't use your vehicle for long period of time, what's going to happen? It's going to get rusted. Similarly, we have more than 500 groups of muscles in our body. If you don't use them on a regular basis, they'll lose their elasticity and they'll become atrophied. So, we'll not have any enough strength or stamina to carry out any activity. You'll become very lethargic. So, we have to give sufficient activity to our major muscle groups every day. At least 30 minutes a day for at least 5 days in a week. Make sure at least half an hour a day you should involve all your major muscle groups. So first you set your goal, whether you want to lose weight or you want to tone your muscle So accordingly you have to plan your fitness program. That definitely is going to help to be healthy and happy as well, and to be very active in fact. So virtual learning is really useful in this pandemic situation, but at the same time physical activity is also equally important to take care of our bodies, and diet also plays a major role, because you should eat nutrient dense food with the balanced ingredients like carbs, protein and fat. And you can have junk, but very only 20% of your total calories you should not exceed from the junk food. Like that you can plan your diet, and then you should have proper sleep. These three factors will help you to maintain your health and fitness throughout, not only during this pandemic period. So continue your learning from home, and at the same time try to improve your health and fitness by doing some regular workout at home itself. Okay, stay home, stay safe. And if you need any suggestions from me regarding planning your physical activity plan, then feel free to contact me.
Yes, this is a very challenging situation for me. It is challenging because I am a language teacher. Coming together and learning language and understanding and developing communication skills. From that point of view, I feel that this is not at all the right kind of situation for a language teacher. But I'm still glad we are able to meet like this. I am able to somehow give whatever inputs in whatever way possible to the students. I'm able to connect to them. Though the other aspect of the physical classroom is missing, I don't think we can really expect the entire simulated atmosphere of a classroom to be created this way through a social platform or online platform. Though it is challenging, I'm happy because it has given me a chance to do what I love the best, which is teaching. Yes, this is a kind of a bittersweet experience for me, teaching online. I miss what I am not able to do. At the same time, I'm happy that I'm able to do something. As a convener of a club, and how do I deal with this situation? We are starting off a new academic year, and we are starting with the new team, and the team hasn't really met each other. The team is working remotely, staying at different places, and it has its own challenges, because all we can whatever communication we can do, the communication happens through through different text messages, or maybe a chat or a call, and the very important physical aspect is missing. So we miss out on those physical cues, which are very important for students to bond together. It is a real challenge. As much as possible, I'm trying to make myself available to my team members. That is one way I am looking at it. Whatever challenges we are facing, we can overcome by not attaching the time factor to it. This might, because the time, once again, if we attach the time factor, it might make things even more difficult, which is why I am making myself flexible with timings. That is one thing, and I am trusting the leaders of the team to carry forward whatever are the communications, and I know that they are doing a very good job. It's a good initiative by the team to see that we all still stay together in spite of whatever is going on. We still feel that we belong, and we still feel that we have that sense of togetherness. We feel it in whatever ways we can. So yeah, I think that is how I'm looking at it.
The suddenness with which we plunged into online teaching call for an added effort to ensure that the classes are taken in the most effective and engaging manner. As for my family, my daughter is attending her classes and I am taking my classes, and we both are well aware of the silence that is needed or the conducive environment at home that is needed for conducting online classes. So it's more of a reciprocal. Allocates 40% of marks in each subject to what is called CP or the class participation. So, and earlier, my daughter would come out of her class during the 15-minute break that she would get between two classes, calling out to me, "Mom, I think I want to eat something. Mom, my back hurts," for long hours of sitting. But now, she silently comes out of the class, and if I am in a class, she helps herself or she goes back to her sessions. And she helped me with a lot of apps that I can use in my online classes. I think the members of the family are adapting to these unprecedented times, helping one another. I think that is the spirit of a family.
It has been little difficult for us to get onto the online mode during the online class time. We used to spend a lot of time in preparing the PPTs and then getting on. Not really much time, but okay, some amount of good time. And with regards to whether the PPTs have been, whether the online classes have been advantageous or disadvantageous, I feel that the online classes have not been so encouraging for the faculty, at least. Because in the class we have an opportunity to see how the students are feeling and what is their emotion, and then ask them questions, see what their responses are, and act accordingly. That we don't find here. But anyway, here we have an advantage of giving you multiple ways of lecture demo. That implies we can give you some animations, we can give you some videos, and we can give you some pictures, okay, that we can generally cannot be able to draw. Okay, that's an advantage that we have. So we have gives and takes over here, so no problem at all. Okay, so I think I have answered your questions. And try to be happy, okay, and happiness does not come without a investment. Okay, the investment is your mind and your efforts.
In a regular class, when the student starts chatting and disturb my class, I used to raise my voice. Whereas in an online mode, if I just click on the mute all button, everything appears to be virtually silent. My daily routine before an online class is I check with my presentation PPTs and then the charging of my PC. In a regular class, I used to have an eye-to-eye contact with the student. Whereas in an online mode, I feel this feedback missing.
Firstly, initially I felt okay, we have to conduct online classes, how should we go about with them? Online means maybe we have to take videos and send to the students. Then they told us we can make use of some apps like Zoom, Cisco WebEx and others. Then I thought, how should we use Zoom? So I preferred asynchronous mode, wherein we take videos and send to the students, and they would listen and then they would participate. So in Zoom, actually how to operate Zoom, they would say screen share. What is that screen share? I was just thinking, if you put a paper also on the screen, will it be visible like that? But later I understood that it could only be a PDF or a Word document or PPT to share the screen. So this was my initial reaction, but we got used to it. Now all the things are going on smoothly, and we have learned a lot of things about technology, how to use various forms of technology.
About adaptation to the new technology, I have experience both with respect to as a student and as a faculty. In 2011 and 12, we used to have online classes. We used to like it. It used to save our time. Basically, we used to listen to faculty or who are staying in different countries by sitting at our home or by sitting at one particular place. Now with respect to faculty, I do like to have online class because compared to traditional class, in online class we can have accessibility to videos, images, animations at our hand itself, which is not basically possible in traditional classes. And the only problem with online classes is like we won't be able to see the facial expressions of the students, whether they are able to gather or not. For me, it's like this is more time saving than traditional class.
So I guess at the time we were very happy. Thank God we have at least something to do for the last 1 month. Pretty much no work to do whatsoever. So I think first reaction was of relief that we'll have something to do, and it was a new thing then. So I was kind of excited to try it out. It was fun actually. If I think back about it, it was kind of fun. I guess it's got more to do with setting up your environment, especially because I don't have a work desk at home. I don't have a specific fixed place where I work. So every day morning I just have to set up my table and my pen tab and my laptop and my charger and make sure my Wi-Fi is working and stuff like that. I guess we'll have to prepare lecture slides, especially when we are teaching online. It's a good thing to have, but still I'm kind of old school and I prefer using Blackboard. Well, in this case, whiteboard. I guess that's something additional that we'll need to do. If it was a class, we'll generally take some sticky notes with us, pointers which we can use during the class. First thing that I notice when the class is over. Seriously? Okay, I have told my students to remind me at the end of every class to make sure I take attendance, right? So every time I say we are done with the class, one of the students almost responds, "Sir, attendance." So that is the first thing that always happens in my class. Otherwise people are waiting for me to tell them that if they don't have any more questions, they can leave the class. So till then, nobody generally leaves.
Let me tell you about this. When students join, we will. I would be knowing that these many students have joined initially. By the time I start taking the classes, I don't know who left the class. And then at the end of the class, and I see how many of have joined and left, then I feel disappointed that people are not taking seriously. If it is genuine cases like some people are staying in remote areas and they have not proper internet connections, or some of them have no proper devices. So I can agree such situation, or we can take that take into the consideration. But those who have all the facilities and doing such, leaving the classes in the midway, that feels very disappointed, because being a teacher, they are taking their own time and they have putting their 100% efforts to make sure that their students learn the subject or learn the course to that disappoint us in some or the other way.
I hope everyone is safe and healthy during these testing times. No matter how big, how educated, how intelligent and how powerful we are, the situations have proven that we are so vulnerable in the hands of nature. Of course, it also made us immensely capable to explore the new possibilities of life. You know what I am talking about, right? Corona crisis. The crisis did not spare anyone, from common man to crorepati. Everyone has their own challenges to face with and expectations to live up to. As a teacher, when I came to know that I have to take online classes in the days to come, I had mixed feelings, both comfort and discomfort. Comfort because I can work at my own pace, managing resources available and making the best use of time. Uncomfortable because the feeling that virtual classroom can never be replaced with real classroom teaching, no matter how technological advancement has brought about. I totally agree with the fact that we have no other alternative than online mode to bridge the gap that is created. And I also agree that technology has made our jobs easier and somehow we are able to keep going and getting along with the unpredictable situations. But if you ask me which mode I am comfortable with and which mode I prefer, I say I prefer real classroom engagement because I feel comfortable teaching face to face rather than being online mode. Student and teacher relationship is so intact in a classroom setup. I strongly feel that both teaching and learning take place in a peaceful and comfortable manner as we are connected without any source of network. Online connection through network is a connectionless connection, I feel.